Thank you. I want to commend Ms. Bonamici for her amendment. The gentlelady's amendment takes a common sense approach to increase public access to federally funded research results at EPA. As my colleagues are aware, in 2010 Competes bill, former Chairman Gordon set into motion an interagency process for the development of public access plans for all of our federal research agencies. Last year, OSTP issued guidance based on that process. And last month, the only bipartisan amendment adopted by the part of the First Act codified OSTP's guidance and the development of open access policies at a number of agencies within the committee's jurisdiction. Ms. Bonamici's amendment rightfully extends that policy to EPA. This is the right approach to increasing transparency and public access at the agency. It does not take the reckless approach of the underlying bill, which keeps EPA from using the best science available to inform their regulatory process. The amendment also does not ignore the fact that we need to address the issue of transparency as relates to industry-funded research. The underlying bill is, in effect, a witch hunt from members of the other side of the aisle to force EPA to disclose data that is strictly protected by the law to ensure patient confidentiality. If the majority wants to pursue legitimate efforts to increase public access to federally funded research, then they will support the adoption of this amendment. The gentlelady's amendment ensures that EPA can fulfill their mission by protecting public health and the environment, while also increasing public access to research results supported by the agency. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. Thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to commend Mr. Kennedy for this amendment and simply say that the gentleman's amendment ensures that EPA is able to consider the best available science during its rulemaking process. And the bill language the amendment removes is an attempt to constrain the EPA in the guise of promoting transparency. Perhaps the only transparent part of this bill is its intent, and that is to stop EPA from taking any action to protect the health of the American people. As written in this section, ensures that EPA and the American people will not be able to use the best science to protect the air they breathe and the water they drink. The EPA relies on peer-reviewed scientific research from our universities as the backbone of their mission to protect public health and the environment. Studies containing public health information would not satisfy the requirements of this bill, eliminating significant scientific research from EPA consideration. For example, this bill would prevent EPA from establishing a drinking water standard or health advisory based on clinical research where the study is not reproducible because of restrictions on confidential patient information. Limiting or prohibiting what science EPA uses should not be a consequence of this bill, of unintended or otherwise. The gentleman's amendment safeguards EPA's ability to fulfill its mission without needless restrictions. I urge my colleagues to support this common sense amendment. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr.